Hola, clase, ¿cómo están? En esta presentación voy a hablar sobre el verbo ir en español. So in this presentation, we're going to be talking about the verb ir, which means to go. Ir is a very common verb in Spanish, and it's also very irregular. So let's begin. Ir, again, as I just mentioned, es un verbo irregular. So it's an irregular verb, and here we have the conjugations. So if you take a look at the infinitive and look at the conjugations, you'll notice right off the bat that the conjugations look nothing like the infinitive. That's why it's irregular. So let's take a look at the first one. Yo voy. Go ahead and say that. Yo voy. Muy bien. Yo voy. That means I go. The to form is vas. Tu vas would be you go. Then we have él va. That would be he goes. Ella va. She goes. Usted va, you formal go. So here we have the three singular forms of the verb on the left, and now we have the three plural forms on the right. So nosotros, remember, means we. So nosotros vamos is we go. Vosotros is you all in Spain. So vosotros vais would be you all go. And finally we have ellos van, which would be they go, or ustedes van, and that would be you all go. Muy bien. So normally the verb ir, or a conjugation of the verb ir, is followed by the preposition a, and the word a in Spanish just means to. So for example, if I say yo voy a la universidad, I'm saying I go to the university. If I say tú vas a la playa, I'm saying you go to the beach. Él va a su casa would be he goes to his house. Su is his or her. Okay. Ella va a nuestra fiesta would be she goes to our OUR party. Okay. And finally, usted va a la calle Plumas would be you formal go to Plumas Street. La calle is how we say street. Okay, muy bien. Some more examples here. Nosotros vamos al museo would be we go, nosotros vamos, we go to the museum. So remember, when we have a plus el, those contract to form al. Okay? So it's not nosotros vamos a el museo. That doesn't sound right. It's nosotros vamos al museo. We go to the museum. Vosotros vais a un concierto. You all, in Spain, go to a concert. Okay? Ellos van al parque. They go to the park. Again, we have that contraction of a and el here. Ellos van al parque. Okay. Ustedes van al cine would be you all go to the theater. Ustedes van al cine. You all go to the theater or the movies. Okay, muy bien. So we also use the verb ir in conjunction with the preposition a, and then a verb in the infinitive to form what we call the simple future. So it's kind of like a formula. And here it is. So we have the verb ir, which is always conjugated, followed by the preposition a, and this never changes. It's always just a. And then we have a verb that's in the infinitive. So whatever action it is that you're going to do, or that I'm going to do, or that we are going to do, or that they are going to do, whatever that action is going to be the verb in the infinitive. And then depending on who's doing the action, we're going to conjugate the verb ir accordingly. So let's look at some examples here. So if I want to say that I am going to study, thinking back to our formula, I would use the yo form of ir, which is voy, plus a, plus the verb in the infinitive, estudiar. So I am going to study would be yo voy a estudiar. You are going to swim would be tú vas a nadar. So again, we have the form of the verb ir. We have a conjugation of the verb ir. In this case, it's tú, plus a, plus the verb in the infinitive. So we're not conjugating the second verb. We're leaving that in the infinitive. Tú vas a nadar would be you are going to swim. Él va a dormir would be he is going to sleep. Okay? Ella va a bailar would be she is going to dance. And finally, usted va a caminar would be you formal are going to walk, caminar. So we can also take this same structure and form questions. In English, we change the word order to form a question, but in Spanish, we don't have to change the word order. We just change the inflection in our voice. We change the tone of our voice. So for example, tú vas a nadar can be a statement. I can say, tú vas a nadar. I'm stating the fact that you're going to swim. Or I can ask you, tú vas a nadar? And that would be, are you going to swim? Okay, so we can also use the ir plus a plus infinitive to form questions about what people are going to do in the future. Muy bien. Okay, eso es todo. That's it. I hope you enjoyed. Gracias, clase. Hasta la próxima.